finally got some good heat today, and I thought that the guys handled it pretty well, moving around. Got a lot accomplished, and I thought the kicking game looked really good today. The kickers, I thought, looked excellent. So, all right, any questions?
How important is heat to training camp?
Oh, you need it. You need it because, you know, September 1st, it's been hot the last few years, and then we play the next 2 games at 12 noon. And then we go to UCLA, and last time we went there at the end of September, it was really hot in the Rose Bowl. So the more we can get it, we're in great shape. It's just, to me, it's the mental side of it. You know, you're sweating more, just fighting through it, so you're able to think under that duress. So I'm glad we got some today.
Terrence Lang was not here over the summer, but
yeah.
How has he looked, and what have you seen from him in the first few weeks?
Terrence has done real well. He's really athletic. He's got to gain some weight. He had lost 35 pounds since we signed him, and now he's gaining it back. So physically, he's not ready to play this year, physical-wise. He might be in 6 weeks because he's already gained 5 pounds since he got here. So with our training table and our weight room and all that we do, I think he's going to be an excellent player. He's just not big enough right now to play defensive end in the Pac-12 inside. So, but he's getting better and better. He's going to be really good.
So with the veterans, the depth you guys have up there, he's pretty sure ticketed for a red shirt this year?
Yeah, unless we have a rash of injuries, and then in the middle of the season, if he's gained about 20 pounds in strength. But he as athletic as we thought he was, he's long, he's everything. He just came back in here weighing. When we came on our official visit, he weighed 282. He walked back in here at 248. So, and he can gain it. I mean, he just naturally can do that. So. He'll get it back.
Is that almost a good thing, though, that he can gain it in a good way?
Yeah, no, it is. You want good weight, muscle weight. So now he'll be solid, but he's very athletic. I'm excited about his future.
Lyle Tuiloma mentioned to me that college recruiters don't often come to his side of the island. What do you remember kind of about the discovery process of him and bringing him here?
Well, we went to a satellite camp in Hawaii, and it was really rough. So going to Hawaii for satellite camp, but we had it. It was a 3-day deal. He was out there every day, going as hard as he can. They wore shoulder pads and helmets, and he just had a motor every single day. And we didn't even know about him. And then as we watched him, then a lot of other people did, and I just fell in love with his athleticism, the way he could bend. I knew he was going to be big, and he wasn't quite as big as he is then. So we just really liked everything about him, and he's kind of just soaked his way into being a good player. I'm excited about him. He was at a smaller classification there, and so he's really worked hard. So I'm looking forward to seeing him out there on the field this year.
All those young guys that you had out of that class, Tons and Umu and Lyle, and you talked about soaking them. Is that what you have to do with a lot of young defensive or a lot of young linemen?
Yeah, usually linemen. It's hard to throw them in right off the bat. But all of those guys have kept getting better and better, and you'll see them playing this year for us, which is good.
Mike, we hear a lot of pretty much everything good that's going on around here because we can't see practice. Is there anything that you're seeing that you're not liking, that you're concerned about?
The weather in the mornings when it's raining and 60 degrees. No, you're always worried about everything. I mean, I could write off a litany list of it. But I think that the effort and the way we're doing it, and I see guys keep making increment improvements. And we'll just, you never know until you get out there and play the first game. I'm concerned that CSU plays OSU before us. I wish I would have known that a long time ago. We would have played a 0-week game because I think that gives them a big advantage, at least at the beginning of the game for sure. So we're going to have to find a way to get the tempo of the game. We'll probably scrimmage a little more than we would have in the past to try to get that there, and hopefully we'll be able to come out of the gates fast. But that gives them a huge advantage to me, so I'm concerned about that.
Coach, what's the biggest difference between the Evan White that left over a year ago and Evan Worthington that's here now, other than the last name?
Good job there. Yeah, Evan White to Evan Worthington. He was going through a lot in his life. There was a family change in there because you can see by the name there was a lot of different things going on. And I see a kid that left a confused 19-year-old that came back a mature 20-year-old and understood that his chance in life is this opportunity. He's blessed with what he's done. He's doing great in school. He's doing great on the football field. He's doing great off the field. So I just see a guy that grew up, learned from it, and took it. Some people don't do that. Some people just start pouting and blaming everybody else. He didn't. He looked inside, and he's really grown, and that's really exciting for me and for all the players around, too. And I'm excited for Evan Worthington.
Outside of Isaiah Oliver, the 2, 3, and 4 corners, they just haven't had a ton of playing experience. Do you like what you're seeing out of those guys in camp?
Some days I like it, sometimes I don't, but that's all part of the process. And I think that they are, they have the length, they have the athleticism, they just got to keep playing and playing. But, you know, the good thing for them that I always have to put in the back of my mind too, they're not going up against guys that aren't very good. So sometimes your seconds aren't as good. Our seconds are just as good as our first. They really are. So they just keep competing. So, and then we rotate them against the first guys too. So I think that the timing and the athletic ability they're going against will pay dividends as our season goes along. And we play a lot of great receivers in the Pac-12, but in the past, we haven't been as deep at every position, and that helps your overall team get better and better. I think you saw that last year when guys came into play. They weren't like a fish out of water because they've been playing against really good talent in practice, and the competition was good. That elevates you so we can get out there. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.